Hello and welcome to this video number 6 in the series of installation videos of the MotoCom theme on ironBuyers Club hosting, the hosting package which is included in this service. And first I want to break some news for you members, and that is a news about how many hosting packages are included in your membership. It has been slowly increasing because we have added more and more installation, either themes or packages like CaveStack, for example, and now MotoCom, and also some app installations will be added, meaning that it's a sort of turnkey solutions with an application, either WordPress theme and applications or another application, like for example some site builders that we have of different kinds. So the news is that we increase now for full paying members. You can have 10 hosting packages, and that can be either the WordPress multi-one, which is special WordPress optimized hosting, but there is a limitation of only one domains on those. No subdomains because it will not work very well with this. Well, the optimization will not work. You can do it, but you shouldn't. So you can have either 10 of the WordPress, or you can have the Linux Unlimited 10. And as you see here now, the value of this addition is actually much higher than what you pay in membership fee for only this hosting things. And you can freely divide your 10 packages between the Linux Unlimited and the WordPress multi-one. If you have dedicated WordPress sites, I strongly recommend you to put them on the WordPress multi-one. And if you have some other, if you want to build out with subdomains or add-on domains, like you are used to from other hosting companies maybe, you can use the Linux Unlimited for that, but you will not have some of the special WordPress optimization like I talked about. You will have here the cache, but you will not have the direct access to some of the optimizations or direct access from your control panel. Then I would also like to say, in connection with what we are going to talk about today, is how you can make money with your MotoCom site or anything else actually. That you can, when you have reached your number of 10, or for 1130 members, we talk about 5 hosting packages. When you have reached that limit, you will have 50% discount. You will get a discount coupon for 50% on any additional packages you would like to buy. And we still talk about the multi-one and the Linux Unlimited. And this is, of course, if you want to provide services for other people, for your clients, or if you want to install a bunch of sites yourself for whatever reason it can be, you will have access to very, very competitive and cheap hosting. The hosting is not cheap, the hosting is high quality, as you know. We talk about the 20i hosting, and if you go to 20i and check for the prices for what I offer here, you will be shocked how good prices you will have here. But this was actually just an introduction to what we're going to talk about today, because we will continue the tutorials for how you can make money with a MotoCom child theme. In the previous videos we went through how to register your hosting account, either bringing your own domain name or buying a domain during the registration. You have full flexibility of that. We also discussed the preparations you should do to set up WordPress in your new hosting account. And we discussed, we came as far as we installed the MotoCom theme and came to, in principle, this page in your WordPress installation. And as you can see here, we have 17 niches with well, different niches with I think more than 100 templates altogether. There are several templates for each niche. But you are of course not locked to these niches, and because any one of these templates can be modified, customized to any kind of business you want to make. So we will not continue to set up a theme, a special theme on this screen, but as you know, the import of this different kind of niches or templates, it also demands a special set of plugins which you have to also take care of. But all this comes from this page. So theme options, demo importer. In this video we are going to show you how you can easily clone your site to different pages which you have in your hosting account. So this is the control panel of your hosting account. I'm logged in now as ordinary. No, there are no ordinary users. You're all special, but as a hosting package subscriber. And when I click on this manage services, I will see what I have available in my account. Right now you see we have this Debrook, where we installed the basic MotoCom installation. And I have now two other hosting packages on my hosting account, and there are two WordPress multi-one packages, one for Biosite and one for Simsal. And I'm going to show you how you very easily can clone what you have on this WordPress multi-one, which we installed to any of these other sites. And so let's get going with that. And then this can of course be your own among those 10, or if you bought extra of this 50% discounted, or it can be something that you build for your clients. It will still look the same because this has to be done within your hosting package. It can't be done, well, it can be, but we will not go into that now, between hosting package. But this easy method, which I will show today, is only within your own hosting account. So just to we have this clear that this is your hosting account and those are your hosting packages. So hosting account, the whole screen, and hosting packages. And every hosting package has their control panel, which looks like this. So I'm going to take one of these extra sites which I have. I take the Biosite site, go into the control panel, and as you can see here now, I have no WordPress installed, and I haven't done, maybe I did something with this. Let me see, because let's just quickly recapitulate what you are going to do when you set up a new hosting package. And the first is to check that you have a good. So we are checking that the PHP version is 7.4. From beginning it's 7.0 as default, as you can see here. But it's a good habit to change it to at least 7.4. But don't use 8 yet, because there are a lot of scripts and even plugins that are not ready for PHP 8. So that is okay, 7.4. We go back one step and we check also the PHP configuration. And here you see that I've increased from 128 to 156 all memories, and the max input to 3000 from 2500, so that's also fine. The two other things which I have a habit to do when I install new WordPress or set up new WordPress sites what I tend to do with the hosting is the email. So I set up one email account for the WordPress install, that's the admin, and one forwarder for whoever uses this site. In this case, info. I always use choose. If it's your site, it's your email. Now it's my own, so it's my email. So that is the preparation, and of course also the HTTPS, the SSL, which I believe is also set up here on this one. Let's have a look. Actually it's not. So then we can wait with activating the SSL until a little bit later, because it will take half an hour for the distribution. This can be done after you installed WordPress. So now, as I said, we want to transfer the Debrook, the WordPress installation we have on Debrook, we want to transfer to Biosac. And of course, if you now pretend that you will set up this for yourself, that would be a process of installing WordPress the usual way and installing the theme and everything like I have done for you on your ordinary. But since I do it only for one setup, now I will show you how you can do this without my help. And this is very simple, but there are two different way you can do this. One is to start with setting up a WordPress in any case on this Biosac site, and I recommend that way. The other way is just to make a clone via the timeline backup. We will do that in both cases, but if we do it without having a WordPress installed, you have to go through the process of manually setting up a database for this new site. So that's why I will install WordPress. I will pause the video because you already seen this in previous videos, so I don't have to show it again. And I will install WordPress and then we will do the cloning. Okay, so I've installed WordPress. We will just do a reload of this page and you will see how WordPress will be populated here. The add access from control panel to certain important WordPress functions. And this is, of course, just to repeat it, this is one of the WordPress optimization things which you get with the special WordPress hosting packages. The other is the caching and web optimization here, which is done individually for each WordPress site, for each package. If you use the Linux package, all optimizations you are doing will be on one on all of the sites you have installed. So, but that was a diversion. So Biosac WordPress is installed. Now we go back to Debrook, our original MotoCom install, and let's just check what we need here. We go down to the timeline backup. If you watch my video about how to restore a hacked site, you will recognize what I'm doing here. But this is not about restoring after hacking. This is about cloning, and this is one of the features which makes our hosting unique, quite unique. So first we will check when the snapshots were taken, and as you can see, these were taken today at 12:47. Okay, so that's not a long time ago. I didn't do anything on this site since then, so we probably can use that. If this would have been taken before you did some changes to your website. For example, installed new or updated some plugins or whatever. You just should take a new snapshot. But since this is recently done, and I don't think anything was done to the site after that, we keep it as it is. And then we have the WordPress, the database, and this is from yesterday, so we will take a new snapshot there. It's quite quick, but I will still pause. So you can see that database snapshot backup is in progress, and as I said, it will take less than 2 minutes normally. It all depends, of course, how many people are doing this at the same time. And now this backup should be taken. Let's see if it worked. So here we have a new one at 8:54 a.m. Okay. It's not the time I have, but maybe it's put on another time zone. So what we do now is that we take this snapshot of the web of the site itself. A view snapshot. We find this one from today earlier, and then you see here target package. If you were to restore this to the same site, like after a hack or something broken, you would use this, but we are not. We are going to clone this, and we will clone this to Biosac. Here you don't fill in anything if you don't want this restored to a subfolder and a subdomain, but you don't use that since you have a WordPress multi one. So we just press restore, and we will get a message that it started, as you can see here, queued, and here is in progress. I will pause again because it's a couple of minutes. This of course take the bigger site you have, the longer time this will take, but our site is not that big yet. Okay, so the restore should be ready. It took approximately 2 minutes, and let's view the jobs, and you will see here that we have package restore, and it's completed. It doesn't say where it was restored, but this we know ourselves. So that's good and fine with that. Let's now just go back to our no, let's not do that yet, because we should also restore the database. And remember that everything that now was on this Biosac, it's of course overwritten, but right now the site might not work because we have one installation of WordPress and another of the database, so it will not work completely, and that's why we will probably not see that WordPress is installed here. It might be. Well, it still shows, but it doesn't really matter, because we will do like this, that we will by the way, let's see which one we have here. Because now this control panel looks in the database, the old database, the original database for Biosac, and it, as you can see, it's actually already everything was brought over. So we already have the full MotoCom installed here, and that's good. That in principle but probably this is still leading to the old Dibrook site. Yeah, as you can see, this is the old. Even if it looks like it transferred, it's not. It picked up from the old original site. So we will fix that. And this we do, even if it says Biosac here, it still is the old one, because we didn't change anything in the database. So let's go back to timeline backup. Let's view the snapshots of the database, and let's restore that one also to Biosac. And we restore to database. It has only one database. If it would have been several installations, you should have checked that you select the correct database. In this case, we had only one WordPress installed, so it's only one database, so it's this one. You can also restore to a file and then manually take that file and install on a WordPress on a database which you set up yourself. And this, of course, is something, if we choose the other model when we are not installing WordPress first on this site, receiving site, then you can use this method. But right now we have done as I recommended, to install let's say ground version of WordPress. So we had a database, we restored just the Dibrook database into this. We press restore and I pause a little bit. Normally a database restore is much faster because it's a very small amount of data that need to be moved. And you can see it here, of course. So the restore should be ready. We just check in previous jobs, and here you see the restore completed. So that's fine and good. Now we can leave the Dibrook site and we go back to to looking at the Biosac. And now the database should be changed, and there might be that this new database we will see what it will pick up, but it probably will, well, we just have to see. It probably still will pick up the old site, yeah, the original, because we have to do two more things. And this might be a little bit technical for some, but you will very easily, if you watch this video over and over again, it will be very easy for you. First we go into the databases on the Biosac, and you create a new password. Make it a little, 30 maybe too long. Let's make it 15. We copy that. We enter that here. So now we have the password. We have the database and username, which are the same always in our servers. We copy that, and we copy the server name. On many hosts, this is a local host address only. In our case, we have to put a full server name. So now we have the password, the database user and username the same, and the server. I will just merge them here on my clipboard, so I know where I have them. And don't forget, just like for emails, don't forget to press update here, because otherwise it will not work. So we have now changed the database password of the new site Biosac. What we have to do now is to go in and look in the file manager. And in public HTML, which always where WordPress are installed, and in wconfig, and we open this with a code editor. And here you see now that we have the database specification, but this is the old database, and that's why it picked up the original site. So let's fix that. We have the host name, so we take that host name which we copied and we add that there. Then we have the database name and the username, which are the same, and we put them here. And here. And finally the password. And then we save and close. So what we have done now is that we have prepared a new site, a receiving site, Biosac, with the files we transferred through the backup and the database, and then we changed in the config. What we should see here now, but probably we might not yet. We will see. We will still see debrook, and that is for one very simple reason, and I will show you how to fix that also. Now it will be even more, a little bit more technical, because you have to go into PHP My Admin. So we log in. We just copy this. Biosac. So here we have the database, and you scroll down to something called options. There. And as you can see, this is why we get the debrook name, because we didn't change its name. Now we'll change it. Press edit, and we change this to Biosac. But remember now that we never installed HTTPS, so you have to change for now to HTTP, and then press go. That is fine. Then we change the home address also. Important not to have some extra space or return. So now that should be full. We can change this to Biosac. To Biosac MotoCom. That's the name of the site. That's not important at all, of course. Just aesthetic. Right. The admin email is also the old, which yeah, it doesn't really matter, because the users should at least be changed. No, it's not, but this we will take care of now. No, of course not. It's the same, because we cloned it from the old. So sorry, that is the same. So that is that. Now let's go back. Let's go out from the database. Let's go back into the control panel. Let's log in to the site. And remember now, since we cloned everything, we should use the debrook installed, whatever it was. We should use this one. Let's see which debradmin. My memory is short today. Okay, so you see, up here we are on Biosac, and as you can see, the site is, we can save that there. The site is completely transferred, exactly like it was on the Debrook original site. So there is no difference in that. Let's see if the license code is also transferred. It should be. Where we have that. Well, it is, since we see it. It's let's see. Yeah. So everything is like it was in the original Debrook site. So in this way, you are now in less than, well, it takes about 20 minutes to do this, which is about the same as it takes to set up a new site. But there are a lot of configurations here which you don't have to do. So of course this will be quicker. And now let's assume that this was a client site or another site of yours, and you want to make a site for a client or for your other business. You just choose your import site to import here, which template you want to use, and continue on the new site. There's only one maybe detail which you should do in addition, and that is that you should go into the settings and change your admin email, either to yourself or to the clients, whatever it is. So I change it like that, and then we know that there will be you have to confirm this address. We can do that directly actually. In Biosac we can go into email accounts. We can look at webmail. And here you see the which we just got. So we do like this. And now you see we are in Biosac and we have the new admin confirmed. Just one more thing you should do here, and that is to check the permalinks. And you see that that's also been transferred correctly. Just sometimes it can be useful to save that again, just to confirm it for a new site. There's one thing remaining here. Can you guess what that is? Give you 2 seconds to think about it while I open up the page. Yes, correct. It's the HTTPS that has to be fixed for Biosac, which I said from beginning that we can do it later, and now it's later. So it's very simple. We are still on Biosac. We press Activate Free SSL. Okay, so that is done. It will take about 30 minutes for this to be working inside our server, our pool of servers for our hosting. It might take even longer for it to penetrate to all of web. We will also enable forced HTTPS. It's good to have. Here, you remember, if you want to, let's say, a real SSL, what's installed in this with this automatic free, it's the Let's Encrypt, with a small benefit that you don't have to renew it every 6 months. It's done automatically by the server. If you want to have an external SSL certificate, you install that here. So then there is one small thing more to do, and that you can do either from the control panel or from the admin area in the server directly. And that is to change the URL to HTTPS. And this will mean that you will be exited from the admin area because it's a new URL. Yeah, save. There is a confirmation up to the right always. So it means that if we do a reload, you will see that, well, you already see it from the beginning, you are logged out. And now I will of course get a security warning here, because the HTTPS has not penetrated to my browser, and my antivirus and security program warns about that. Now of course it should be the BioSac address that we should look at to log in. Or should it? Maybe I know I'm... No, of course it's still the debrook, and you know why? Because we never changed the user. We just changed the email address for the server. So there is a third step or fourth or whatever we are on now, that we should change the user. We should add a new user. And this user we will call BIOS-admin, and this is the admin at, like that. This we don't need. We will use a password which I used before, just to make it easier. And we can send it of course to the new but you saw what I made there. I made a big mistake. So we have to go back in and edit, because this user should not be a subscriber. He should of course be an administrator. Now let's log out with the user from the original site and log in with new. Let's see if this works. So it works. Then we can go back in and we can we can remove the original user. We don't need that anymore. So this is all a demonstration. Attribute all content to, of course, because we have content on this site, even if it's not much. So this is all a demo, a tutorial, a simulation how you do to transfer your original. Let's say you have a master MotoCom site which you want to transfer either to several of your own new hosting packages sites, or if you want to do it for clients. This is how you do. No need to go and ask me of new installations. You just do it yourself. But remember, when you do the cloning, everything must be inside the same hosting package. But it's in one way good, because that means that you don't need to set up new accounts on our hosting for every new package. You have the same account. And I should say one more thing about this hosting, and that is when you grow out, let's say your business, when your business will become very successful, it's very, very easy to see that if you grow out from your whatever it is hosting package, it's quite easy to upgrade to the VPS. And you can actually do that from each. Let's say you have this site and you are so successful, so you want to have this on your own VPS. You can even there should be somewhere so what I want to say was that you can easily upgrade your account to a VPS by ordering it from the home area here. And here you have the selection of free kind of VPS. And the thing here is that you can have a managed VPS. What keeps a lot of people away from using VPS is that you have to have your own server support and managing support. Here you can order manage, which is very little difference towards what you have with your ordinary packages. But as you see, the price differs a little bit. But anyhow, it's a very good and not very expensive way to have. I see that here maybe this doesn't follow still the price. For the unmanaged, it's something I have to fix with them. It should update the payments here. Anyhow, so this is very easy, and here your site which you had in your ordinary hosting package can be transferred. So you will get something to start with in your managed VPS. I just want to say that because this is something unique also for 20i, that you can do this internally in your own existing account. Okay, so what we have done now, we have taken our WordPress site, which we installed in the previous versions, previous videos. We have taken that and we have transferred it more or less seamless to a new hosting package on your same hosting account. It became quite a long video because I explain it at the same time as I do it. When you have done this a couple of times, it will be very easy for you to remember the steps. I will also write this down in a written form for you to follow. But for now, if you want to do this, because you can imagine if you can provide such a service with a full hosting package and the MotoCom niche installed for your clients, your friends, or your church, or whatever you feel can want this. And you can of course put your own price. And remember, you can use your 10 hosting packages in the club for this, but you can also add additional hosting packages with 50% discount. And you can go into 20i.com and see the ordinary prices, and you will see what a great deal this is for you. Let me just finalize with some words about all these possibilities, opportunities we have in the club. You can do, you have so much to choose, but the most important is up to you, and that is to find your clients. And I can't stress that enough. Let me finalize by showing you something. In this blog post about the blueprints, I mention something about what you should do. Without this, nothing really matters how many tools you will have, and that is to find somebody to sell it to. And don't expect, just because you have a lot of tools, don't expect somebody to come and ask for that. And if you want that, you can just be a affiliate for the club. But if you really want to do something, find your clients. And I can recommend very much this book, which is the Bible for marketeers, with Ken McCarthy. And this is really what you need to do before you deploy any of the tools you have. So you find a customer, then you find the right tool to work with those customers. And all this is described in this book, in this blog post. So again, the club gives you all the tools you need, but the last mile, meaning to work with your clients, you just have to do yourself, and that is actually why you should start. The club helps you to save money, but it can only help you to make money if you have the customers for your product. So customer product tools to bring this product to your customers. So if you want to do website building, we have all the tools, we have the hosting, we have the templates, we have everything, but you have to find your clients. And go look at your closest neighborhood. I think that's might be the best, or your city. I can give you one tip which I'm myself doing, and that is, let's look at some of these templates and local directory sites. It can be very small, it can be your block, it can be your village, it can be whatever. It can be specialized for niches, this directory listing. Which you can use MotoCom. Find a business in your city, and this can be by niche, it can be by area, it can be a combination of niches and areas, and this is an extremely useful way to start your business. And then of course you take in the clients for free just to register, and then if they want to make some extra advertisement when your traffic grows, you charge for advertisement and for special positions of their listings. Okay, that was just an example. This was long enough, and I just wanted to finalize on a note that even if you do this, nothing is guaranteed that you will make money on it. You have to find the clients who are willing to pay. That's why to be just one affiliate marketeer for other products among hundreds of thousands of others, yeah, it's not easy. You have to bring some value to your market, to your clients. Thank you for watching this, and let's see. I'm willing to help you, of course, to do all of this on your hosting packages, on your hosting account, but try yourself first. Thank you for watching.